Hello again, and welcome to the third video of how to beat Naxxramas heroic, I guess, bosses. This is probably the most interesting. This is definitely the most interesting challenge of the Arachnid winning Maexxna. She's interesting because of a few things. It's kind of like a puzzle. She starts with two 1/2s on the board that can be split into 1/1s. And she also, every turn, automatically, no matter what, at the beginning of the turn, bounces 2 cards back to your hand. So that makes charges and any kind of creature with battle cry super important in this. So, I'll explain how I did it. And so what you want to do, the strategy is, you want to definitely fill her board with as many low attack creatures as possible and get rid of everything else. So if she drops something that has like, you can get away with having like 1-2 attack creature on the board, but you're trying to get rid of everything with more than that. So that's why for this I have Naturalize. Also you can Miller. A lot of people Miller. So there's 2 strategies for this deck, right? You want to cycle your healing guys as much as possible. So that's why you have Voodoo Doctors, Earthring Farseer, and then the 2 healers. Darkscale Healer, not as much, but Priestess of Elune is actually pretty good in this, because what you can do at the end is, since it only bounces 2 creatures, you only really ever want to play 2 creatures unless you're in a bind, and playing Leeroy and her at the same time gives 4 back to you and then deals 6 to them. So that's like the highest heal damage combo you can do without like losing a creature. So that's the first way to do it. So what you want to do is the dream hand that you can get is like Invenerate and Leeroy. It's probably Invenerate, Leeroy, and you want to drop Leeroy as early as possible to put 2 1-attack creatures on the board, and then you want to split the spiders so they are only 1 attack. So you're just filling up all of his board with 1 attack stuff, and then you want to use Leeroy to just deal damage to him over and over again while healing yourself. And that's about it. Claw is a good way to split the spiders at the beginning. Natural is a good way. Mark of the Wild is just for like extra damage. Wild Growth is just there to kind of like ramp closer to the end. Healing Touches are good because you can heal without using a card. I did this with Druid. I think you can definitely do it with Priest too. The same idea. And then the backup strategy is you heal yourself long enough to just play Alexstrasza every turn over and over again, and then eventually you'll mill Onyxia, especially using Naturalizes. So that's it. Like the other videos, I'm going to go play. This one I'll probably lose a few times before I win, so I'll cut all those out. But if I don't cut anything out, it's because I won on the first try, which is probably highly unlikely. So here we go. And then I will listen to currently my favorite line in the game.
Maexxna is a giant spider.
This is such a ridiculous line. I love it. All right. Okay, then. Right, so these 2 guys here, you want to clear them as soon as possible. So really, none of, like, Priestess of Elune is really bad at the beginning, and so is Darkside here, so I want to drop that. We'll keep Earthring Farseer in case we don't get any type of thing we can combo right away. Alright, so there's the Innervate, which is good. Also, I do have Bites in here just for, like, the armor. Let's see what I draw. Claw. So Claw is actually really good because you can play it and split this right away on turn 1. So now you've actually put 3 on the board. So now he only has 4 spots to put creatures above 1 health. Or 1 attack, excuse me. And on turn 1 he's probably not going to. Unless he coins out another spider, which would be awesome for us. No. So that's one you want to get rid of right away. Because that actually will obviously jump your damage taking. Alright, so those are Straza. I almost want to innervate into Bite and then bite that away. I actually think I'm going to. Alright, so we're hoping for 1-mana creatures. Either the gargoyle or another. Okay, so now we want to get rid of these. And even though we used like our armor to get rid of the 2/2 that increases is actually really useful. Alright, so next turn we can actually put more 1/1s on the board. So we're not going to be able to so I was thinking we could hero power twice, but next turn we're going to put more 1. So now we're just going to heal. So if he drops a 1, yes, so we're actually going to get the dream where we get to fill the entire board with one creatures. And we don't even have to keep attacking then with Leeroy. We can just heal and like wait till we get to our late game. But healing touch is actually super good. Alright, so now the max damage you can do on a turn is 7. So we have everything set up to win now. We don't even have to win with fatigue. Alright, so we just gotta stop that over and over again. So this turn what I'll do is I will heal, and then... So I'm really gonna be only taking 3 damage a turn right now. I'm not dropping Leeroy again because I think I need more mana to do like combos with Leeroy, so like 7 I can do both. Okay, that doesn't matter. So I'm gonna restore. I'm gonna do the same thing as the last time. Plus, since I have the healing touch, which is really good in this, I'll be okay there too. Also with Naxxramas, I pretty much always have 15 health. So what I can do one turn is Naxxramas and set my health back to 15, and then the next turn I can do Leeroy, Farseer, and won't die because that'll be enough, and then I'll just keep living. So I'm actually in a really good spot. So he can do 7 this turn. I can actually combo Leeroy and not have to worry about it. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna Leeroy, Farseer, just to get some damage in. So down to 7, and again I'll take 7. So I can just do Leeroy. Attack, and then turn. And this is pretty much it. This is what you do to finish it out. It's pretty much, you've beaten the puzzle. You got your best scenario on the board. As long as you go into each one with +7 health, you're okay. So like this turn, you'd have to like change the way you do it. So you would, instead of only healing 3, you would set yourself to 15. And it's better than, I can restore what, 11? Yeah, but I could do that on one turn for 10 mana and restore 11, and then have more Leeroy attacks to do it in a shorter time. So, whoa, he's hiding back there. So you can do Leeroy, Earth Ring, and then Healing Touch. So then, you're back up to 19. And I only need to do 3 more Leeroys, and then we're good. So I think I actually might be okay. Yep, so I'm okay this turn too. I think I actually don't have to play Naxxramas anymore either. Now one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to be like, oh, I have a free heal, Actually, I could have dropped Mark of the Wild to do 2 more extra damage, but that's not a big deal. You don't want to free heal yourself because then you put 3 creatures out and there's a chance that it misses Leeroy and then Leeroy dies, which is bad. But you can also hero power up, which I might have not done before. So again, so I might actually have 12 in my hand. So 7. Oh yeah, I actually can kill it next turn. So this actually went really well. Like, probably best possible scenarios. And you don't care if your hand's too full, ever, because it doesn't matter. But you got 6. Plus 4, which is 10. Plus 2, which is 12. And that's it. And that's how I beat it. So, again, you just want to get everything out there. It's actually, that was like the best case scenario. You're not going to get cards. You're not going to get that many good cards in your matchup, but that's the best way you can do it, and that's the best thing you want. Getting the claw actually turn in your opening hand is really good too. So there's just a lot of really good cards in your opening hand that you can get with this that helps you set up the scenario that we set up there. And we only needed to use a Naxxramas once, and I believe Naxxramas once, and I believe I probably wouldn't have had to use it. Or I could have used different ways to heal to get to it, eventually draw it. So that's it. Now so that's the entire wing in 3 videos. I'll do other decks that I use to beat it, especially I think this one here is really interesting. So other ways to beat this one. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.